I'm now pleased to present Matthew Falls. He's the Senior Commerce Specialist, Department of Commerce, Business USA, and he will speak on commercialization resources and support for small businesses. Matthew Falls was part of a team that built a technology company, Main Street Software Corporation, who sold non-performing businesses to fund new product development, developed the core customer base by purchasing competitors, drove license and service revenue by creating customer-focused corporate culture and selling the firm to a national competitor. He was selected to serve in the Commerce Connect pilot program in Michigan and won the U.S. Department of Commerce Gold Award for customer service. Mr. Falls now works for the federal initiative Business USA, focusing on outreach to the state and local partners and the business community. Now I'll turn the webinar over to Matthew.
Good morning. Thank you for coming. It's a pleasure to be here with you today to speak about Business USA. I'd also like to thank Mary Ann and Wileen and the rest of the team for having me speak with you. I certainly appreciate the opportunity to talk about resources that the federal government has to help small businesses that are no cost and low cost. And actually the timing for this webinar is perfect. Just recently we launched a new website, businessusa.gov. I know everyone's going to go to that right now, and I want to talk to you about the vision for Business USA and how it might be a great resource for your companies. As I talk, I'll mention quite a few resources. This is merely to give people a taste of what's out there with the government. Don't worry, I've listed them in the speaker's notes. Also, feel free to email me or call me with additional questions or requests for my speaker notes. In addition, of course, the FED has them as well. And I realize not all companies are the same, so I'm eager to sit down and talk with any businesses that want to discuss their specific situation. And we talk about potential solutions, and I'll research other opportunities and follow up with you. My specific role is to work with CEOs. I help them refine strategies, help them refine their value proposition and focus it, create branding around that value proposition, and make introductions through my network and to both private sector and public sector resources that might benefit them. Next slide, please. Now, one of the main challenges businesses have had with the government is to navigate. You know, there's more than 11 federal departments offering more than 250 programs, products, services that support business growth and exports. We have more than 175 individual call centers across 26 federal government departments and agencies. There's almost 1,500 domains and about 11,000 websites from 56 different agencies. Although there are existing resources available to businesses like sites like SBA Direct, export.gov, data.gov, FedBizOps, all these resources remain fragmented. Our challenge at Business USA is to join these all into one-stop site, one website, one call center to reach business resources, and that's what we've been engaged in. Next slide, please. Back on October 28th, the President issued a memorandum directing federal agencies to make it easier for businesses to access government programs that support innovation and job growth. He did this as part of his reorganization strategy last fall. He's directed the adoption of a no wrong door approach that uses technology to quickly connect businesses to resources from across the government and to resources that are most relevant to the business. Subsequently, he directed the launch of a new initiative called Business USA to bring this vision to fruition. Business USA combines information and services from more than 10 different government agencies through one consolidated website, and it coordinates telephone support through a single 800 number. The Business USA website already presents hundreds of resources in one place, and I'm going to talk more about that. The next slide, please.
Hi, Matt. You may have a little bit of a delay because of your graphics, so we'll change them, and you can start speaking to the next slide.
Okay, thank you. Business USA can help you find the information you want, and better yet, access the resources you need to help you grow. Next slide, please. Business USA was designed to help small businesses and exporters. It's easy to navigate, and we have special features that help you find numerous resources. Our users have already given us high praise for placing so many business-related resources at their fingertips, especially state and local resources, which is a product of the feedback that we received from initial launch. Next slide, please. The no wrong door approach provides access to resources, opportunities, information, no matter where it's located. There's a single common platform linking hundreds of websites, call centers, offices through the website, through an 800 number. We also want to hear from businesses as well. One of the main components of the presidential directive was to gain feedback from the business community to help improve the content and direct the content to meet business needs. Next slide, please. Now, I've taken a picture of a few of our slides, and the site can be navigated through 5 lanes: starting a business, growing your business, accessing financing, exporting, and also finding opportunities, whether that's contracts, application challenges, or grants, SBIR, STTR, congressionally directed medical research programs. We also have special go-to buttons above the 5 lanes and a robust search engine. So if I select a lane, and I'll just select start a business. Next slide, please. And as soon as I select start a business, the most common resources come up. Our friends at the Small Business Development Centers are great at writing business plans and talking with entrepreneurs just getting started. The Women's Business Centers, which is also part of the SBA, they focus on coaching and counseling to women entrepreneurs. Veterans Business Outreach Centers do the same thing, only for the veteran community. For manufacturing companies, the Manufacturing Extension Partnership is a wonderful resource for small and medium-sized manufacturers, exposing them to cost reduction programs, quality programs, process improvement programs. Some other resources not mentioned on this page is the Minority Business Development Agency focuses on minority enterprises. They provide a wide range of direct business assistance center services, as well as help with proposal formulation, matchmaking, really anything that it takes to get minority businesses some contracts. Also, Patent and Trade Office has an Inventors Assistance Program. They do a lot of educational and outreach services to help inventors understand the value of protecting their intellectual property, just as Sanjeet said earlier. And Patent and Trademark also runs resource centers. They provide informational assistance in all areas of intellectual property. The next slide, please. The second most common request of businesses that come to Business USA in the first 2 or 3 months are programs and services for accessing financing. Of course, the most common are the SBA general business loans and their express loans. Also, we've had quite a bit of interest in federal grants, and grants.gov is the place to go to there, as well as SBIR funding, which I think you all know all about. But a lot of companies don't know about congressionally directed medical research programs. They're run by the Army Medical Command. So if you're into life sciences and fields like that, that may hold interest to you. Some other government programs for accessing financing. United States Department of Agriculture runs the Rural Business and Industry Loan Programs, very similar to the SBA program. They work through local banks, but they are available to businesses in rural areas, meaning areas that have under 50,000 population. The Economic Development Administration at the Department of Commerce runs a revolving loan fund program through its local partners. They supply small businesses and entrepreneurs with gap financing needed to expand their businesses. Generally, the loans are less than $50,000 there. If your business has been impacted by import competition, the Trade Adjustment Assistance for Firms program helps business develop and implement business recovery strategies, and they provide financial assistance to engage with private sector providers, consultants, service providers to help them develop strategies to get through and win against foreign competition. For veterans, of course, you have the Patriot Express loans that for members of the military community that want to expand their small business. Next slide, please. Finally, I think people around here are interested in finding opportunities as well. So, of course, the minority business development agencies, our friends over there will also provide certification for minority businesses. The offices of small and disadvantaged business utilization, they're across the government. Just about every government agency has them. They're small business advocates. Use them to find out what are expiring contracts, names of program managers, what programs do, what the agency buys. Of course, the Procurement Technical Assistance Centers help businesses get started in the contracting process. Federal Business Opportunities is a website that shows all the current solicitations that are out there by the government. Some other resources that you may not know about that I think are very, very important. Go to Acquisition Central. Acquisition.gov is actually the website. It's one central spot to find procurement forecasts, expiring contracts. This will give you an idea of what procurement agencies are planning. Use the information in those procurement forecasts to talk with your offices of small and disadvantaged business utilization. Talk about a specific opportunity and say, you know, is there an industry day schedule? Where can I find out more about this? How can I talk to a program manager? Or use those opportunities maybe that fit your business and bring them to a large prime and say, you know, I'll handle this section of the opportunity, but I'm looking to team with you. You're bringing them something, so they'll naturally pay more attention to you. Some other resources that are out there is there's a maintenance and supplier database for NATO contract opportunities. If you're in the defense space and you make spare parts, maintenance, repair services for weapon systems in NATO members, this database may be of interest to you. There are also things called definitional missions, direct contract opportunities with the U.S. Trade and Development Agency. This agency hires U.S. companies to conduct due diligence on potential projects in developing and middle-income countries that may qualify for developmental grant funding. Another important and often overlooked resource for opportunities are reverse trade missions. These are run by the International Trade Administration. Reverse trade missions bring foreign buyers to the U.S. pending an upcoming procurement. It allows them to observe the design, manufacture, demonstration, and operation of U.S. products and services. And that might be able to help the foreign country achieve their development goals. So there's a few avenues for finding opportunities there. And like I said, feel free to call me. Next slide, please. Now, if I click on any of these boxes, and it'll click through to over on the left, you'll see what we call an abstract. It's a simple to understand summary of what that program does. It has contact information. Also, it allows you to click through to the actual program website. There are also similar programs out there. If you're looking for opportunities, it might generate a number of similar programs that you might be interested in looking at. Also similar services that are out there to what you've requested, and recent programs that you've requested, similar to what happens in Amazon.com when you click on a book. It says users have found these other resources that are useful. We've tried to use our feedback as well as our development team to really target resources to things that are relevant to the business, and we found that similar programs and similar services are a very, very good tool for that. Sometimes people don't realize what they're looking for. Next slide, please. Of course, Business USA is modernizing the way the federal government puts their web out there, and we streamline the process for today's innovators and entrepreneurs to get their hands on information. We want you to join us. Let us help you find resources needed to grow your business. Visit our website. Check it out. Look at the search capabilities. Follow through what we call the swim lane, starting a business, accessing financing, finding opportunities. Sign up for the email list. Matt gets a gold star if you sign up for an email. But seriously, the other benefit where you really want to sign up for the email list is when you get notification of new content being added. events in your area, and also procurement opportunities that might be relevant to you. Spread the word to other businesses, other agencies, other programs. Tell people about Business USA. And most importantly, submit your feedback to us. Like the President asked us to work with the business community to improve this site, and we're very, very serious about it. Many of the features that are in the site now are the result of user feedback and suggestions. And finally, save it as your favorite. Like I said, I'm Matthew Falls. I'm with Business USA, and feel free to contact me. Send me an email. Give me a call. I'll be glad to talk in detail about your business and other resources that may be out there, and point you both to public sector and private sector resources that you may be interested in. With that, any questions?
Thank you, Matt. Very, very valuable information, and I appreciate you making yourself available to the companies that we're working with to assist them on a more detailed level. I think that everybody who's on the webinar, sees that there's a wide variety of resources that are available to companies, and I think the challenge is to really, vet those. I think this is an excellent resource now, one-stop shopping, where you can go in and you can link to the various resources, do some due diligence to see how they may be applicable to your particular technology or product application. One question that we have for you is there's recently been some new manufacturing initiatives specifically to support manufacturing within the small business community, and I was wondering if you could make some comments on any additional resources that may be available to small businesses that are specifically looking to manufacture products but may not have the facilities or equipment to support their activities.
The first place I would go is the Manufacturing Extension Partnership. They're doing a number of things there. First of all, they're running a supplier development program. One thing that happens is on Recovery Act spending in the past and most all government contracts, the goods have to be U.S. made. Sometimes companies say, well, I can't find a U.S. manufacturer. Well, the supplier development program will go into the 55 manufacturing extension partnership centers and try and find a domestic manufacturer for a part or a component to a system. The other thing the manufacturing partnership is working on is supplier development for the rail industry. That's their biggest project this year. A friend of mine is running that, and she's been holding seminars across the country on trying to locate domestic parts suppliers for building rail cars in the U.S. Finally, the first place I would go to, though, for general help with manufacturing is the Manufacturing Extension Partnership. That's a part of National Institute of Standards and Technologies at the Department of Commerce. And there are 55 centers located throughout the country. I believe there are 3 in California, 1 in Northern California, 1 in Central, and I think the 3rd may be in Torrance. I'm not sure of that. But anyone who's interested in that, I'll be glad to introduce you to the local MEP. And they provide quality training, cost reduction training, advanced manufacturing techniques, product process and control classes, the full range of manufacturing services, and they're all at low or no cost. I was involved with the local Manufacturing Extension Partnership in Michigan 2 years ago, and I found the program to be excellent and a great resource for manufacturers. And I think your clients would do well to contact them.
Thank you. Another question that we're interested in is you talked about the no cost or low cost. Could you give us maybe some ballpark figures if there is a cost charge, what that may be?
My information is a couple of years old, but I know that the Manufacturing Technology Center in Michigan they offered Lean Six Sigma classes for around $250 a person, a week-long class, which I think is very, very competitive. And the rest of their courses were similarly priced.
Thank you. The next question is, obtaining export licenses is an issue for many DARPA funded companies, specifically those that have dual use technologies, and they're looking maybe to export a technology that of course is not ITAR control. Is there an assistance program that companies can go to discuss obtaining an export license?
Yes, yes. The Bureau of Industry Security is the agency that you wish to talk to. They're part of the U.S. Department of Commerce. They have a western region and an eastern region, and they have offices there. They also have an online page where you can submit your question, and a counselor will talk to you one-on-one about the process of getting an export license. Anyone who's interested in that, please send me an email. I don't know the link to it right now, but I have it in my files, and I'll be glad to talk to you about it, forward you the link, and even find a contact person if there's one available. A few years ago, they listed contact folks. I haven't looked at it recently, so I'm not sure it's been updated, but I know that there is an inquiry page that will reach a counselor, and that counselor will talk directly to the small business about export licensing.
Well, thank you again, Matt. Really a wonderful set of resources, and again, encourage companies to go to the website, look at the resources. It's really amazing what resources are available within your region, and encourage companies to make use of those resources to support their transition activities.
Yes, definitely.
So thank you again, and we'll go on to our final presentation for today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Matt.